to make sure that we engage in a meaningful way with the committee as they do the public participation exercise that I said will go on until the 14th of February. Among the notable bills, honorable members, that the House considered in the previous session and subsequently enacted into law include the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill of 2025 and the Repeal Privatization Act of 2025. As indicated in the program again, this retreat provides us an opportunity to deliberate on utilization of the proceeds arising from the divestiture and to review the status of implementation of these statutes with a keen focus on the National Assembly's legislative and oversight roles. Now, allow me, Honorable Speaker, just to expand a little bit on the GOE Act and the Privatization Act that we enacted and passed into law. Because, Honorable Speaker, as I said, we must always be at the forefront in leading our people. And when we divest from government enterprises through privatization, the Honorable Mbui has challenged us in his remarks that we, as a House, we must be there to offer meaningful oversight, ensure that whatever monies come from the privatization process are utilized in a manner that creates impact for our people. And we have listened to those in the executive, and we have had them commit that none of the money that will be raised out of the privatization process will go, one, into repaying debt, our public debt, two, to settling recurrent expenditure in our country. And it has been said it will not go to pay salaries. And payment of salaries is important. Repayment of our debt is important. But as those in the executive have committed, the people to make sure that that is not done is us in the legislature by offering meaningful oversight. Therefore, those in the Budget and Appropriations Committee, I know you'll be invited and you'll be inviting us to consider appropriating part of the resources, or rather wholly the resources that will come into the consolidated fund out of the divestiture process. We must ensure that these monies get to where the monies were destined to go to, and will not go into settling any recurrent expenditure or even settling part of our public debt. And that's why I joined my colleague and brother, Honorable Robert Bui, and also inviting you together collectively, because I know Honorable Mbui spoke as a leader of minority. But as a House, we have a collective duty and responsibility in line with our Constitution to oversight the executive. And I want to invite all of us to offer that meaningful oversight together. Honorable Speaker, notably 22 bills that were not concluded during the fourth session were exempted from the provisions of Standing Order 141-2 of the National Assembly Standing Orders on lapsing of bills, and therefore those 22 bills did not lapse at the end of the last session and will be further considered in the fifth session. This include, among others, the petitions to Parliament Procedure Amendment Bill of 2022, the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill of 2024, and the Pensions Amendment Bill of 2024. I believe this is the Makali Mulu Pensions Amendment Bill, and other priority legislative proposals on governance, economic management, and social policy. I therefore want to urge honorable members to approach this outstanding business with renewed commitment so that the House may conclude its work efficiently and responsibly to advance the interests of the Kenyan people. And I want to believe that those of us who sit in the House Business Committee, we will indeed work to prioritize part of this pending business so that it's quickly considered at the beginning of this session. In scheduling business for the fifth session, I implore you to leverage this opportunity to also identify priority areas of high impact to the citizenry and advance appropriate legislation and interventions through motions and other House instruments. Some areas of interest